Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a lovely weekend and you're enjoying your last week before the half-term holidays. I'm sure you, like me, are looking forward to a break, maybe sleeping in a little bit late, maybe going for a nice walk to the park with your family or your friends, and just doing some things that you haven't really had time to do during the school term. I know it also feels a bit like a long term after the lockdown we had, but the end is in sight and it's nearly the half-term break. I thought for today's assembly I'd share a story about a little boy called Ravi who gets really angry sometimes and finds it really hard to control his emotions. The story is called Ravi's Roar and it's written by the author Tom Percival. And you may have read some other books by Tom Percival before. I know we have some in our school library, so look out for them. There's a whole series about various children and things that they might find difficult and how they overcome their difficulties. I'm sure, like me, you've also experienced being a bit angry sometimes and maybe have struggled to control the anger or maybe didn't quite know what to do with yourself. So this is a real issue that lots of people face, and hopefully from the story you'll see that there are some strategies and things you can do if you ever do feel that way. Let's enjoy the story. Here we go. Ravi's Roar. There's young Ravi. Ravi was the youngest and the smallest in his family. Everyone was bigger than him. Kiran, Jaya, Anil, and of course, little Ravi. Even Biscuits, the dog. Most of the time, being the smallest was great. But sometimes, just sometimes, it wasn't. One day, Ravi and his family went on a picnic. There was a race to the train, and guess who came last? Ravi. Everyone else got a comfy seat, but Ravi had to squash in with Dad and Biscuits. Then Biscuits made a bad smell. Oh dear. When everyone got to the park, they played hide and seek. It was meant to be fun, but Ravi couldn't find anyone. He looks a bit frustrated, doesn't he? At the adventure playground, the monkey bars were too high. The gaps between the logs were too wide. And when Ravi wanted to go on the big slide, the man said, "Sorry, son, you're too small." Ravi got so cross that his face turned red, and then Dad said, "Come on, let's get an ice cream." Can you see how red his face has become and his hands have gone into fists too? Doesn't look very happy, does he? Everyone ran off, and guess who came last? Ravi. And then, when Ravi went to get his ice cream, there was none left. Well, that really did it. Ravi was furious. He growled, and a stripy tail popped out from the back of his shorts. Then he sprouted 2 furry ears, pointy sharp teeth, and stripy orange fur. Ravi had turned into a tiger. The tiger took a huge, deep breath and then roared. He is super angry, isn't he? Ravi's brother looked a bit nervous and handed the tiger his ice cream. When the tiger went to sit down, there were no benches free, so he roared, and everyone got out of the way. It was great being a tiger. Everyone's afraid of poor old Ravi. The tiger did all the things that Ravi couldn't. He swung across the monkey bars. He leapt across the logs. He even slid all the way down the big slide. Nobody dared to say no. So the tiger went wild. He roared and growled and did exactly what he wanted. But soon he found that nobody wanted to play with him. The children were scared of him, they were afraid, and they were tired of being hurt and roared at. Suddenly, the tiger felt a bit sad and nowhere near as cross. In fact, he couldn't quite remember what had made him so angry in the first place. "I'm sorry," said the tiger in a quiet voice, and when he said that, everything felt better. "That's okay," said Dad. "Well done for saying sorry." Then, without even realizing, Ravi became a boy once more. And that was the last time that Ravi ever turned into a tiger. Although, every now and then, he did have a bit of a growl. And that's the end of Ravi's Roar. Now, we can all learn from that story because we all feel frustrated and angry and upset at some time in our lives or in our days or maybe in our weeks. But the point is, we have the choice to control our rage, to control our anger, and to communicate it with others. At school, there's always somebody you can talk to if you're feeling angry or frustrated. You could talk to your teacher. You could talk to a safeguarding officer. You could talk to a friend. You could talk to Mr. Sturrat, the head teacher. There are lots and lots of people that are there to listen to you and to help you. Ravi learnt the lesson that if you're angry and aggressive and hurt other people, soon friends and family won't want to be around you because they won't know what you'd be up to next. So there are some techniques that you could use if you are feeling angry or frustrated or cross. The first thing you could do is really easy. You could walk away. Lots of you do that already when somebody annoys you. You could tell an adult or tell a friend, and they can help you. You could count to 10 in your head quietly. Sometimes it helps to pinch your fingers as you count, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sometimes counting to 10 works. Sometimes, if we're really cross, we may need to count to 20 or more. Taking deep breaths in and out can also help regulate our anger and our emotions. So hopefully you'll use one of those strategies the next time maybe you feel a bit cross or angry, and you won't be like Ravi and lash out and go wild and roar, because that would end up in you being in trouble, first of all, but also it doesn't make you feel good. It maybe makes you feel good temporarily, but over the long term, it's not helpful. All right, everyone, it's lovely to be with you again this morning. Let's close our eyes, bow our heads, or look at the candle for our reflection time. Thank you for friends and family who help us to stay calm and safe. Help us to work together with our teachers and our friends, and if we do see somebody feeling angry or cross, we can help them by giving them strategies such as breathing, walking away, talking to an adult, or counting to 10 or 20. Help us to always be in control of our emotions and our anger. Help us to all be safe. Thank you, Cooks Bunny. It's always lovely to be with you on a Tuesday morning. I hope you all have a lovely half-term holiday. I will see you on Thursday. Take care. Bye.